The new action comedy Love Hurts gets a 4K and Blu-ray announcement from Universal. Second Sight Films has some very impressive new announcements, including an A24 film on 4K. Lionsgate Limited has some very cool upcoming releases, including a 4K steelbook of Basic Instinct. Kino Lorber has delayed Dante's Peak on 4K yet again. What is going on? And swing! Wayne's World 2 has been announced on 4K from Kino Lorber. All this and more in the next Physical Media Report. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, and we are here for the Physical Media Report episode 253, the show where we talk about all the latest and greatest in physical media, including the new 4K and Blu-ray announcements and pre-orders, and we're going to cover what is new this week, what is coming out this Tuesday, March the 4th. So guys, I'm taking things back to the basics for the Physical Media Report. We are doing this, I'm going back to my old camera. There's going to be editing involved again. I'm not pre-recording this on StreamYard, at least for right now. I'm going to try to go back to doing it the old way. The only thing with that is that I do a lot of separate videos. Just talking about the new boutique releases that are coming out. I'll do Arrow Video announcements. I'll do Scream Factory, Shout Factory announcements. I'll do Criterion announcements from time to time. I'm going to start to kind of separate that stuff. I will bring up the Arrow Video announcements and also the Vinegar Syndrome announcements, which I covered yesterday, very briefly. But if you want to know my thoughts on some of the boutique label announcements, you're going to have to check out those individual videos. The Physical Media Report is going to mostly be for, I'm going to try to streamline this a little bit more and just kind of consolidate my efforts. So we're going to take it back to a more edited format. I'm going to be able to cover like everything that's coming out that's new this week, but the amount of like new titles that I cover is going to go down a little bit because I'm going to separate those into separate videos throughout the week whenever those announcements occur. So hopefully that makes sense. Basically, if I'm covering the Arrow Video announcements in a separate video, I'm not going to cover those on the weekly Physical Media Report. This is going to be mostly for like new studio announcements and just some odds and ends from some of the other boutique labels that I don't do like full standalone videos for. But yeah, guys, we're here. It's Monday. We're here for the Physical Media Report episode 253. We got some cool stuff to talk about, but before we get into it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk about all things physical media here on this channel, Blu-rays, 4Ks, owning the movies that you love, all that stuff there behind me every single day. If you like that kind of stuff, that kind of content, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, guys, let me know in that comment section below of everything that we discuss here today. What are you the most excited about? What are you the most amped up for? And what gets those juices flowing the most? Let me know that in the comment section below. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. And we have got some Second Sight Films news to talk about. So there were two official announcements that came out, I believe, on Friday. And then there is one kind of pre-announcement that was actually announced by the director on the red carpets of the Oscars, or he was on the red carpet somewhere, because I don't think the Oscars had happened yet. But yeah, guys, we got the Coffee Table coming to Blu-ray. This is a nice Blu-ray set, and this is a film I have heard about. I don't know if it was like a Shudder original, like where exactly it debuted, but I've heard some really like crazy things about this movie. Somebody messaged me on Friday and is like, look, that is like a one-time watch. Maybe don't get that. That's a very hard watch, and I barely finished it. So I'm like, wow, I don't know if this is going to be one that I need to add to the collection because it's such like a tough watch, it sounds like, but also it looks like a really cool edition. And again, I haven't seen it. I don't own it in the collection. It's very possible I get this, but yeah, getting a Blu-ray set April the 28th. This thing is loaded. It's got 4 new special features and interviews. It's got a 120-page book and art cards as well, so it's a nice chunky box set from Second Sight Films. And yeah, I haven't gotten anything from Second Sight Films this year so far because I didn't order the Brood or Scanners. I don't think that I am. So yeah, I might go ahead and get the Coffee Table Blu-ray set. But let me know your thoughts on the film in the comments section below. We've also got Ty West, House of the Devil, getting a Blu-ray box set April the 28th. You're going to have 6 brand new interviews on this set, including with the director Ty West. You're going to have a making of in this. I don't know if that's a past making of or if it's a new making of. And you're also going to have a 70-page book with art cards as well. Now, I've got the beautiful Umbrella Entertainment Edition, but the thing about the Umbrella Edition, and if you have that, it's not going to have all those special features on it. So a lot of these interviews and special features, and maybe the making of as well, is only going to be on the Second Sight set. So if you really love this film and you want all these features, I apologize for getting that Umbrella set, because you kind of got screwed a little bit getting that, because you're going to want, like, this seems like the edition to get. Right here for House of the Devil. I mean, 6 new interviews, 70-page book, art cards, all the fixins, as I like to say. But it's still a Blu-ray set, so I mean, the actual, like, I'm sure the actual, like, visual audio quality is going to be, like, exactly the same. They did not upgrade this to 4K, which is kind of weird, because this movie has, like, such a, like, 70s, like, old school, like, gritty feel to it. And I feel like it would look just spectacular in 4K. So it's kind of weird they didn't do this one in 4K. But the next one, guys, the next one we're going to talk about is one that I have been calling for Second Sight Films and kind of predicting that they would do for a long time. And that is Sean Baker's The Florida Project is going to be coming to 4K from Second Sight Films. So Second Sight announced this. It wasn't announced by the director, or maybe it was, I don't know. But they posted like a video of the director like talking on some red carpet, and they were wishing him well for the Oscars for his film Anora, which was nominated for Best Picture. As I'm filming this on Sunday, I don't know if Anora won Best Picture. It may very well possibly win Best Picture. But he was talking on the red carpet. They congratulated him, and they let everybody know that they're working on the 4K box set of The Florida Project coming soon from Second Sight Films. So I couldn't be any happier, and I kind of predicted this because they've already got a Tangerine Blu-ray box set, which is Sean Baker, one of his earlier films that was shot on the iPhone, I believe. So that already has a box set from Second Sight Films. So I'm like, it would be freaking awesome if they did The Florida Project. And they've done A24 stuff before, so I knew it wasn't out of the realm of possibility. But yeah, I love The Florida Project. I think that's Sean Baker's best film. I think it's kind of his masterpiece. I love that movie so much. And just thinking about like a big chunky box set of The Florida Project with everything you could do with that artwork, all the interior artwork stuff, the booklet inside. I can't wait to see what they do with it. Again, we have no official images of it. We just have confirmation that it is coming at some point. And I would predict it would probably come at some point this year. But yeah, lots of cool stuff coming from Second Sight Films. Let me know what you're the most excited about in the comment section below. And next up, guys, we got some cool announcements coming from our pals over in the UK, 88 Films, and this is the June announcement. So we just covered May, and it's like 2 weeks later, and they're already talking about their June announcements. Yeah, freaking 88 Films moves fast, but they got a lot of new Blu-ray and 4K titles. Looks like a lot of these titles have already come out in the States, mostly from Vinegar Syndrome. They come out from Vinegar Syndrome in the States, but I think a couple of these have come out, or at least one of these has come out from the Criterion Collection. But a lot of cool stuff. I think all of these are UK exclusive titles, so you have to get on the 88 Films website. I think some of these are going to be on Amazon UK as well, and get some of these titles. You can probably get some of them on Diabolic, on Orbit, but it's a lot. Like, they announced a lot of stuff. Like, 88 Films seems to be ramping up like in a big way in 2025. So first up, guys, and I know this one has a Vinegar Syndrome release. I think it came out earlier this year. Witch from Nepal is getting a Blu-ray. You also have Her Vengeance is getting a Blu-ray. You got Devil Fetus is getting a Blu-ray. You got The Black Torment is getting a Blu-ray. Private Club is getting a Blu-ray. Species, which has a Scream Factory 4K, is getting a really nice 4K set. Like this, the artwork on this and the way this looks blows the Scream Factory edition out of the water. The only thing I can say is that if it's using the same 4K restoration that Scream Factory did, wasn't the best 4K. Maybe they did the best work that they could, but I don't think that Species is a film that lends itself well to a new 4K. So if you've got that Blu-ray box set of Species from 88 Films, you're probably good. Or if you've even got Species on Blu-ray, I'd say you're probably good. Now, if you really love Species, you want a nice new like premium box set of Species, this is probably the way to go because it is a beautiful edition. There's also a standalone Blu-ray that's coming along with it. We got Murder Rock coming to 4K. Now, this was recently teased to be coming out from Vinegar Syndrome. So again, Vinegar Syndrome, 88 Films kind of sharing titles there in different regions. We also got 7 Deaths in the Cat's Eye Blu-ray. We've got Operation Condor coming to 4K, and this has got Jackie Chan in it. So somebody else released this one in the States. I cannot remember exactly who. Then we got Zebra Man Blu-ray. So this is Zebra Man 1 and 2. I have no idea what Zebra Man is, but that's coming to Blu-ray from 88 Films. And then lastly, we got Gates of Flesh coming to Blu-ray. So yeah, 88 Films is like all in on physical media in the year of 2025. So definitely anticipate a lot of cool stuff coming from 88 Films this year. And next up, guys, we've got some more Lionsgate Limited releases to talk about. We've got Basic Instinct getting a 4K Steelbook. Now, these are not on the Lionsgate Limited website as of right now. One of these, including Basic Instinct, is up on Blu-ray.com. So there are images of both of these floating around, but they're not officially up on the Lionsgate Limited website. I would anticipate they're probably going to announce those later this week. But yeah, Basic Instinct getting a nice 4K Steelbook as a part of the Lionsgate Limited, exclusive run on their website. This is coming out April the 15th. Looks like a beautiful Steelbook set. Now, the Basic Instinct 4K Steelbook that came out from Studio Canal over in the UK, not the best as far as the artwork. I've actually got like the chunky box edition with a nice booklet inside and also the steelbook. It's a beautiful edition for sure. Actually, that doesn't have a steelbook in it. That just has like a book at like a digipack or something like that in it. But I think I've got the steelbook as well. I got multiple editions of Basic Instinct on 4K. But I know a lot of people were wondering when was Lionsgate going to do that US steelbook, because usually if it comes out from Studio Canal in the UK, then Lionsgate ends up getting it somewhere down the line. But yeah, Basic Instinct, this is a beautiful, absolutely gorgeous 4K Steelbook. I'm sure the price point, because it doesn't look like a big like edition or anything like that, like the Third Man did. I'm sure it's going to be like $39.99. That's the standard price point for Lionsgate as a part of their Lionsgate Limited website and line going forward. And again, that comes out April the 15th. Sure, I'm sure it's the exact same 4K as the one that came out over the UK. We've also got King of New York, the movie with Christopher Walken, which I believe also has an Arrow Video Edition. And I want to say that has a Criterion, but I know it has an Arrow Video Edition. But King of New York is coming out 4K Steelbook on April the 15th. So yeah, I've never seen this movie. I'm excited to watch that one for the first time when it gets the Lionsgate Limited Steelbook, because again, I believe it has an Arrow Video Edition over in the UK. I think it got like a nice chunky box edition, but it hasn't gotten a stateside 4K release as of yet. So yeah, definitely some exciting stuff coming out from Lionsgate Limited. I understand the price point a little high. I get that. I totally get that, understand it, but they're putting out very nice like premium editions. So no word on if these have new special features, because again, these haven't been like officially announced yet, but hopefully they've got a couple. Hopefully at least they port over the Arrow Video special features for the King of New York. Next up, guys, we've got Love Hurts coming out from Universal. This is the movie with the Ke Huy Quan. Is that how you pronounce his name? Short Round from Indiana Jones, also the kid from the Goonies as well. But yeah, Love Hurts coming out from Universal. This is, from what I understand, this is kind of like a romance, comedy, action film. It totally like failed at the box office though, so that's why it's coming out very quick to physical media. But coming out from Universal, April the 1st, we've got a 4K and we got a Blu-ray coming out. This has Dolby Vision, it has Dolby Atmos, and it has HDR. You got deleted scenes and tons of featurettes. So yeah, no audio commentary, but tons of featurettes. Looks like a pretty stacked release. If you missed this one in the theaters, if you're waiting for it to come to physical media, you're not going to have to wait very long. We've also got Steven Soderbergh's Presence coming out from Decal Releasing on May the 20th. This is getting a 4K and a Blu-ray release. Kind of surprising to me that Decal would do the 4K and the Blu-ray for this movie. It's not exactly like a found footage movie, but it kind of looks like it operates in that same genre, the way it's kind of POV from the ghost perspective. So kind of surprised they did a 4K of this one, and I don't think it did like extremely well at the box office, but I'm all for it. You know, Decal Releasing seems to have turned over a new leaf, because back in the day they would put out a Blu-ray and then a few months later they would put out the 4K. Just last year they did that with Immaculate. They also did that with Crimes of the Future. So happy to see them doing more 4Ks and Blu-rays when they first come out on physical media, because they also did that with The Monkey, which was recently announced as well. So yeah, Presence. I didn't see the movie in the theaters. I heard like mixed things about it, but I'll definitely check it out at some point. Next up, guys, we've got Vice Squad coming to 4K from Kino Lorber. This comes out on May the 13th. You got a brand new UHD scan from Studio Canal from the 35mm camera negative. You got a new audio commentary here, and you get, this is a 3-disc set, and it's got alternate reversible cover art as well. A 3-disc set, and on the third disc, because you got the 4K, you got the Blu-ray, and on the third disc, you have all of the past special features from the Shout Factory edition that came out back in the day. So very cool that they included all of these Shout Factory extras that came out back when they put out the Blu-ray. Not exactly sure when the Blu-ray came out. I feel like it was like 2019 or 2020. But yeah, Vice Squad, another one that I've never seen. I never bought the Blu-ray from Shout Factory, Screen Factory, so I'll be excited to watch this one for the first time for sure. Next up, guys, we've got Wayne's World 2 coming to 4K, coming soon from Kino Lorber. This is one of their coming soon announcements. No official announcement. Don't have the artwork. Don't have the way it looks or anything like that. But yeah, Wayne's World got a 4K from Paramount a couple of years ago, and now Wayne's World 2 is getting that 4K treatment from Kino Lorber. I'm excited, guys. Look, Kino Lorber has turned into the label of the comedy. They're really the label for everything. I love how Kino Lorber is just like, you can't put us in a box. Like, we do it all. We've got these crazy cult films as a part of the Kino cult line. We've got comedies. We've got action. We've got drama. We got period piece movies. We got movies from the 60s. We got movies from the 2000s. We got it all. So I love how Kino Lorber is just like, they just don't care. They don't even think about it. It feels like, it's like, is this good for our line, for our boutique label? Is this good? They don't care. They're just like, no, we're just putting it out. Which some people may look at as a bad thing because it makes them not have an identity like some of the other labels. But I freaking love it because they just seem fearless. They're like, I don't care. We're putting out Happy Gilmore. We're putting out Billy Madison. We're putting out freaking Wayne's World 2. Coneheads is on the horizon. So I love it, guys. Look, you know I'm all for comedy on 4K. And yeah, Wayne's World 2 is, I did not watch that one a ton growing up. I loved the first one, but I'm excited to revisit Wayne's World 2 on 4K for sure. Again, no official release date, but that one is coming from Kino Lorber, hopefully very soon. Next up, guys, this was actually announced like right before the physical media report went up last week, but this is actually like, I could see this being a huge deal for some people, and I definitely watched some of these movies when I was a kid, but Abbott and Costello is getting a 4K box set from Kino Lorber. Again, guys, like Kino Lorber, they do it all. But Abbott and Costello is getting a 4K box set from Kino Lorber. This has the films Hold That Ghost meets Frankenstein. Abbott and Costello meets the killer Boris Karloff. Abbott and Costello meet the Invisible Man. Abbott and Costello meet Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And also Abbott and Costello meet the Mummy. So you got 6 Abbott and Costello movies in this box set, all in 4K. Now the image like almost suggests that they're Blu-rays, but it says 4K. UHD. So yeah, I could see a lot of people being super excited to pick up this box set, and that's definitely very cool. I don't think there's a official release date for this yet. No, like look at all the special features and the specs and stuff like that, but they announced that it is coming, and they did show the artwork for that. So yeah, very cool. Next up, guys, we've got Shoestring Slashers Blu-ray box set. This is coming out from TerraVision. It's currently up on their website right now to pre-order. So a lot of the TerraVision stuff, it doesn't go up on Amazon until a little bit later. It comes out on their actual website. So if you want to pre-order this Shoestrings Slasher box set, you can get on their website and pre-order it for a price point of $48.99. Looks like a really solid box set, and I believe it's one of their like first multi-film box set. So it's going to be a nice like hard box, and then it's going to have individual slip covers on the inside, at least from what I understood by reading it. But it's going to have the films Phantom Brother, Beware, and Basement Jack. They all seem like more recent slasher films from like 2009, 2010. I'm sure they're extremely low budget, so definitely like buyer beware. Look into these, watch trailers, things like that. But it looks like a cool box set and perfectly in line with what TerraVision does. So Very cool there. Next up, guys, we've got a bit of bad news, disappointing news. Dante's Peak has been delayed yet again. The 4K of Dante's Peak has been delayed. As much as I just hyped up Kino Lorber as the label that puts out everything, they put out all kinds of cool stuff. Sometimes I feel like that comes back and bites them in the ass. They do so much. And sometimes I feel like they'll have stuff that gets delayed like way too long, and people just get really like upset about it. And they're like, why is this delayed? This is BS. I honestly think it's because like Kino Lorber's got a lot on their plate, and they may have like found an error with Dante's Peak, and they're fixing it. Would you rather them fix it, or would you rather it come out with the error and then you had the disc replacement program? For me, I would rather wait for it and then, you know, get a nice disc that's not messed up. That's just me personally. But yeah, Dante's Peak is coming to 4K on May the 27th now. So it's supposed to come out in February, got delayed till April. Then it got delayed until May the 27th. I'm not going to lie, like, I'm disappointed. Like, I wish it was another 4K that kept on getting delayed, because I am just so excited to watch Dante's Peak on 4K. And part of me, like, usually, I don't know, part of me gets a little like nervous when these titles start getting delayed like multiple times. Like, am I actually going to get this? Is it going to come out that they're going to cancel this? Like, so I'm not going to lie, I get a little nervous sometimes. But look, if they got to fix something, if there's an issue and it has to be fixed, and they tried to fix it and maybe it didn't work the way maybe it didn't turn out the way they wanted to, so they got to fix it again. I don't know. I wish, honestly, I wish there was more transparency here with Kino Lorber, and let us know like what's going on with it. Like, what was the issue? What are you fixing? So we feel better about the delay. So I wish there was a little bit more transparency there with the customer. But yeah, Dante's Peak on 4K delayed yet again. Not great news, but I cannot wait to watch this, and hopefully it comes out in the most perfect possible condition. Like, this has to be, for me, guys, this has to be the best 4K of 2025, because it's my second favorite disaster film behind Twister. Twister was my favorite 4K of 2024. I want Dante's Peak to be my favorite 4K of 2025. But yeah, again, excited for it, but it got delayed again. Next up, guys, I'm just going to kind of briefly cover Arrow Video and Vinegar Syndrome did their announcements. Arrow Video did announcements for May. All of those are currently up for pre-order on Amazon. I will link it down below. But of course, they announced 2 more of the new line, Friday the 13th. So you got Jason Goes to Hell, and you also got Jason X, were both announced nice 4K sets of both those films. A lot of people, because I did a video about this last Friday, were asking, like, why don't they go back and do like 1 through 4? Easy answer, guys. It's because Paramount owns 1 through 8. I don't think that Paramount is willing to license out the Friday the 13th movies to Arrow Video. So you're not going to see those movies come out from Arrow Video unless like some kind of deal gets struck. I could see Paramount doing their own 4K box set of the Friday the 13th movies. I think that because the New Line films are owned by Warner Brothers was willing to license those titles to Arrow Video. So that's why we're seeing the remake, we're seeing Jason Goes to Hell, we're seeing Jason X, and we'll likely see Freddy vs. Jason, I would assume, also at some point this year on 4K, because that's also a New Line Warner Brothers Friday the 13th film. It's the same reason that none of them are called Friday the 13th, because they're not, because that's Paramount's. Paramount owns Friday the 13th, but they lent Jason to New Line Cinema in the 90s to make some of those newer Friday the 13th movies that are all called Jason something. So that's kind of the explanation there. But yeah, if you want to check out my thoughts on all the Arrow Video announcements, go watch that video I did last Friday. Also, Vinegar Syndrome did their March announcements yesterday. A lot of stuff I'm not too interested in, but if you want to see everything that came out, all the partner labels and all that stuff, go check out that video from yesterday. Now let's get into the deals, guys. We've got a Shout Studios sale going on right now. I actually partook in the Shout Studios sales. There was some good stuff on there, and I don't take part in the Shout Studio sales too often. So I spent a little bit, got about 6 or 7 titles in the Shout Studio sale. There's actually some good stuff. There's some good deals on there, some Blu-rays for $10.99. So definitely check out that sale. I'll link it down below. As for the Amazon stuff, guys, you got a lot of good deals on some collections and box sets. I try to link this stuff during the week in my community tab. So if you want to check out some of the deals during the week, definitely be checking out my community post tab. But the big one is the Lord of the Rings 4K box set is currently $49.99. So again, I'll link that down below. All the other deals and the sales, because I filmed this a full day early, like sometimes I'll talk about these sales and they will not be in effect by the time the physical media report goes up. So I don't want to mislead anybody. So I could talk about all the sales, but some of them might not be in effect tomorrow. So I'll just link everything that I can down below right before the physical media report goes live. So that way you have the freshest deals down below in the description. And again, guys, look, I try to link everything down below in the description, all the pre-orders that are available, all the deals, everything that's new that's coming out this week. I try to link all that stuff down below in the description. They are also Amazon affiliate links, and that is a great way to support the channel, to use those links down below in the description if you're interested in any of those titles. So let's go ahead and get into what is new this week. There is a great amount of physical media that is coming out in the week of March the 4th, starting with Gladiator 2 coming out from Paramount. We've got a 4K for $29.95. We've also got a 4K Steelbook for $39.95. We have no Blu-ray because Paramount does not roll that way anymore. I'm excited to watch this one, but I do not yet have the 4K. I'll probably get it when it goes on sale. We've got Den of Thieves 1 and 2 getting a 4K chunky box Steelbook edition as a part of the Lionsgate limited line exclusively on their website. It is $59.99 to get Den of Thieves 1 and 2 Steelbooks on that website. But Den of Thieves 2 Pantera is also coming out separately because that's the new film that came out earlier this year. The 4K is coming out for $27.96 and the Blu-ray is coming out for $27.99. We've also got Red One coming out from Warner Brothers on 4K for $29.65 and Blu-ray for $24.95. Next, we have Kraven the Hunter coming out from Sony. A 4K was supposed to be coming out, standard 4K, but I'm hearing from a lot of people that Amazon is canceling it. It's still up on Blu-ray.com, but when you click on the 4K, it says no price, and it's not currently up on Amazon. So I think that Sony is canceling their standard 4K for Kraven the Hunter and just doing the 4K Steelbook and maybe just the Blu-ray. So this kind of makes sense because Sony is handling the Disney stuff. So it makes sense that they would also do the same thing that they're doing with Disney, do the 4K Steelbook and the Blu-ray only. But it's just kind of weird that it was announced to come out. It was up for pre-order. People pre-ordered it, and now they're canceling it. You would think that they would just let it go through and then do it on the next movie that came out. But yeah, 4K Steelbook is $48.49, but right now that's currently the only way you can get Kraven the Hunter on 4K. And also the Blu-ray is $31.99. Next up, we have The Wages of Fear coming out on 4K from the Criterion Collection for $34.99. Also a Blu-ray edition for $27.99. We've got Akira getting a 4K Steelbook. I feel like that's gotten like 50,000 4K Steelbooks. This is coming out from Crunchyroll for $27.99. We got Paddington 2 on 4K that was supposed to come out this week from Warner Brothers. No listing currently up on Amazon, but I did find it on a site called Import CDs for $23.40. But again, it says out of stock on Amazon. We've also got Play It Cool coming out on Blu-ray from Arrow Video for $26.75. We got Peril and Distress, the 4K set, including the films Endless Night and Kiss Mommy Dead. This is coming out from Kino Lorber for $33.99. We've also got a nice film noir, Dark Side of Cinema, Volume 24 box set, Blu-ray box set coming out from Kino Lorber for $33.99. We've got Rose coming out on Blu-ray from Coham Media Group for $20.99. We got Revenge of the Radioactive Reporter coming out on 4K from TerrorVision, and the box set is sold out. This was like $63, but you can get the standard slip edition on the TerrorVision website for $32.99. We've got Ghost Cat Anzu coming out on Blu-ray from Shout for $13.50. We got The Count of Monte Cristo coming out on Blu-ray from Samuel Goldwyn Films for $20.99. We got The Power of Myth coming out on Blu-ray, which is an old made-for-TV series coming out from Film Movement on Blu-ray for $54.99. We've got Eye for an Eye 2, Blind Vengeance coming out on Blu-ray from Wellgo USA for $14.99. We've also got Levels coming out on Blu-ray, which is my new biography film. So definitely check that one out. Coming out from RLJE for $14.48. And I was totally kidding, guys. This is some kind of like generic sci-fi film. We've also got Super Mario Brothers 4K Steelbook Walmart exclusive that has like the question mark coin block, which actually looks pretty damn cool. I feel like they put one of those out before though. But yeah, nice 4K Steelbook Walmart exclusive coming out from Universal for $27.96. And lastly, we've got Daddy coming out on Blu-ray from Anchor Bay for $31.31. And with that, guys, we are done with this week's edition of the Physical Media Report. I hope you feel more informed in the world of physical media. So give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications for all future videos, and follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.